Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Katie, your spiritual guide and mentor, and I support women on their healing and wellness journey, turning pain into power and wounds into wisdom. So, today's podcast is all about tapping into your goddess energy, how to channel it for healing and growth. We're going to dive into the powerful and transformational energy and ways in which you can use this divine feminine. And whether you're on a journey of self-discovery or seeking to embrace your divine feminine or cultivate more self-love, this is the space and episode for you. So make sure to get comfortable, take a few deep breaths. You can grab a cup of tea, a journal, so that we can dive right in. And I'm very passionate about spreading the knowledge and the wisdom about the divine feminine and how we can embrace our divine feminine essence. Whether you are a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. Our divine feminine energy is the energy of creation. It's our sensual and sexual energy. It's our passion, our fluidity, our creativity. And it's really suppressed in this world. So this is what I am devoted to sharing more ways in which you can awaken this energy. And this is what I do in the community. Our Rose Code community is a place where like-minded people come together and we share practices and rituals, and we talk about the moon, and we have exclusive podcasts, and we grow and we evolve in this divine feminine energy in a very practical and low commitment way. So if that's something you're looking for, I can leave the link down below and you can check out more details there. So firstly, I think it's important to understand what is the inner goddess. Who is she? What does she do? Where can you find her? And how can you connect with her? And this is something that comes up a lot at my inner goddess retreats. Women come because they think that their goddess is outside of themselves. They think it's a deity or a statue or an ancient form. And they think it's something that is greater than them or something that exists outside of them. And it's not. It's an energy. And it's an energy that is deep within your cells, deep within your DNA, deep within the core of your being. And when we begin to realize that, oh, it's inside me, that's the first step of connection. It's like, okay, I must go within rather than seeking it outwardly. And another misconception is that women think to be a goddess, you have to look a certain way, or you have to dress a certain way, or you have to have a certain body type. But that, again, is a misconception. That is false imagery. That's, society trying to warp what a goddess is. And goddesses come in many, many shapes and forms, many energies. And that's what makes it so beautiful. It's that the goddess has so many faces, so many elements that you can't define her as one thing. So by connecting with your own inner goddess, you can decide every day what she is. Is she fierce? Is she vulnerable? Is she tender? Is she sexual, sensual? Like, it really just depends on what you feel your inner goddess is. And perhaps she'll be the same for a few years or a decade, and then she might change. Because as women, we go through many different archetypes. We're the maiden when we are that sweet, innocent, joyful, playful child. And then we move into the next archetype, which is the mother. And she is the fertile one, the sensual one, the one who takes care of everybody. And then we have the crone or the sage or the wise woman, and she's the one that knows all, and she is so connected to source, and she is wise, and she doesn't really care what anybody thinks of her. And again, you don't have to be a certain age to connect with these archetypes, but you can call upon them, invoke them within yourself for whatever it is that you need. If you're being really serious and really controlling, maybe you need to tap into your maiden energy and have a little bit more fun. Or if you feel like you're being too sensitive or too shy, maybe you need to invoke your mother energy, that sensual and sexual energy. So it's really fun to begin to play with these different archetypes and these different energies, and that's a way in which you can connect with your inner goddess. And the next thing that I want to touch on is the benefits of tapping into your inner goddess. So for me, when I started to work with my own inner goddess, to be honest, my whole life changed. And it was subtle changes. I began to soften. I began to become more creative and let things happen and let things come to me rather than going out and getting them. And just trusting that the universe is supporting me. And a really funny thing happened as well. And it's something that I always dreamed of since I was a young girl, is having like long, thick Rapunzel hair. And the hairdressers were like, no, it's genetic. There's no way that you can have long hair. You know, it's only programmed or conditioned to grow just a little bit past your shoulder, and you've got very fine hair. And yeah, all of these kind of beliefs were imprinted upon me. I was like, oh, I'll never have long hair. And then when I started to work with my inner goddess, my hair just started to grow like wildly and like really long, really thick. And my hairdresser was like, oh my God, I cannot believe how thick and long your hair has gotten. Like, it's just incredible. So, you know, for me, that was like a real um gift from my inner goddess to say, you know, these are the transformations that can take place once you tap into that energy. And just feeling more in my body, because the masculine is all about the mind, you know, ascending upward. And the goddess energy, the feminine energy, is embodiment. It's like down into the earth, it's down in the lower chakras. It's all about movement and flow and the sensations, and you can only experience that through the body. So I began to be more intimate with life and to see more beauty in life and more beauty in myself. And yeah, like I thought being feminine was like wearing high heels or makeup or always like looking pristine, and none of that matters anymore. None of that is, it can be relevant, but it's not the definition of what the goddess or the divine feminine is. So it really began to change my perspective on looking a certain way as opposed to feeling a certain way. And when you feel a certain way, that tends to radiate onto the outside without any force or falseness or anything like that. You become the energy rather than trying to be the energy, if that makes sense. And connecting and embracing your inner goddess energy um, makes you an incredibly powerful force. Because you learn to create these really, really strong boundaries, and you begin to respect your energy. You begin to realize that, you know, I have a certain capacity for things. Because if you're here and listening to this podcast, I'm sure you're probably an empath or a sensitive person. And maybe you have people pleasing tendencies, because I have had and have all of the above. And embodying my inner goddess and my divine feminine essence really began to teach me how to respect myself and how to respect my energy. And not to be spending energy that I didn't have, and not be saying yes to things that I really don't want to do or be involved in. And this is how I began to call my power back. And this is how my life began to transform. And simply because I was more aware of me and my energy and what I liked and what I didn't like, rather than just going along with what was ever happening. So, how can you, in practical ways, channel and connect with your inner goddess energy? So, first and foremost, meditation and mindfulness. So, it's very easy to get caught up in the chaos of the world and all the things that are going on. And that can take you very much out of your body and put you into fear state. So these things will always happen. The world will always be in chaos. There will always be something going on. But for you to connect with your own inner goddess and your divine feminine essence through meditation and mindfulness creates this inner strength and this unshakable connection within. And you begin to become a pillar of support for others and yourself. So definitely practicing meditation and mindfulness every single day. And this can be, listening to meditations and visualizations. And we do all of this in the Rose Code community. You can practice self-care rituals. So this is super, super important, because remember, connecting with your inner goddess is about invoking your senses. So using essential oils, lighting candles, slowing down to do your skincare, not just slapping on your body lotion, like mindfully, caressing your skin and being so grateful towards your body. um, Sitting down to read a book and have a cup of tea. And again, we do all of these rituals. I'm actually in the middle of a 5-day cacao connection, where we drink our cacao and journal and meditate every morning for 20 minutes. And it's just so beautiful. Like, it just completely changes the whole energy of the rest of the day. So all of these things are self-care rituals. And don't think that, any of the above, if they're like, oh no, I'm not into that, well, then find something that you love, whether that's walking in nature with no music and just connecting with the elements, or going for a sea swim. Like, they can all be self-care rituals as well. The last one then is affirmations and mantras. So when we repeat words, they become our beliefs, whether that's positive or negative. So I often say people say to me, "Oh, I'm lazy," or "Oh, yeah, I couldn't do that." You're already setting yourself up for failure. So at the Goddess Retreats, we do EFT, which is emotional freedom technique, where we tap on different points of the body and we tap in these affirmations. I am lovable. I am beautiful. I am deeply connected with my divine feminine essence. I am worthy. I am love. I am lovable. So doing this in the mirror is super powerful, but I know it can be um, really uncomfortable for some people. So you can start off just with your eyes closed and just repeating those affirmations to yourself. And what happens is these override any negative beliefs or any negative thought forms you have towards yourself. And when they're repeated for a period of time, say 2 weeks or 30 days, then it becomes a belief. And the more you begin to change your mindset, the more you become that energy. So when we embrace the divine feminine energy in our daily life, our mindset shifts, our relationships and our sense of community strengthens. And our life just becomes this beautiful canvas where everything is divine, where everything is sensual, where everything is pleasurable, where we're adding more luxury and color to our lives. And this doesn't have to cost money. This is just looking at things a little bit differently from that place of your divine feminine essence and your inner goddess self. And when you begin to treat yourself like a goddess, so will other people, because how you treat yourself is how you show others to treat you. So if you feel like, people are using you, or you feel like a doormat, well, then you have to look at how you are treating yourself, because that gives off an energy. So when you have strong boundaries in place, sometimes you don't even have to voice them, because people just know, oh, I'm reaching my limit here, or oh, maybe I shouldn't say that to her, or maybe I should be a little bit kinder to her. So you don't have to say anything. It's just the energy that radiates from you can create massive change when you walk into a room or when you have interactions with people. So, yes, there is so much more that I would love to talk about the inner goddess and how you can use this energy and channel this energy. So I definitely will do another podcast soon. So if you are enjoying them, please do let me know in the comments, specific topics or any questions that you have. But remember that tapping into your inner goddess is a really, really personal and unique journey. There is no right or wrong way to do it. It's just whatever feels right for you, and whatever feels most natural or most attainable. And just enjoy the journey and have your intentions set that this is what you want to do. And every day just show up, and every day just continue that exploration. And if you want to continue your support in a community environment, like I said, we have the Rose Code community where we support each other on our healing journey. So again, I leave the links below. You can try it out for 7 days for free. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to hear your feedback on this podcast. It's been so lovely to share and connect with you. So I'm sending you so much love, and I look forward to talking to you again very soon. Bye.